Imagine you're on a vast, windy shore, your hands straining as you desperately cling to a dozen kite strings, each one representing a person, situation, or worry you are fighting to control. Your muscles ache, your knuckles are white, and your mind is a storm of frantic calculations. This exhausting struggle to manage the unmanageable is the very definition of anxiety. But then you make a quiet, revolutionary choice. You take a deep breath and, one by one, you simply open your hands and let the strings go. This is not an act of surrender, but profound wisdom, and as you watch the kites soar and dance on their own currents, the tension leaves your body. This powerful feeling of standing peacefully on your own 2 feet, while the world moves, as it was a heart of the let them theory, proving the incredible secret that by choosing to let go, you do not lose control. You finally find within yourself. Section 1. What is the let them theory? At its core, the let them theory directly confronts one of the most draining human impulses we all experience, the effort to control people and situations that are inherently outside our influence. Whether it's fixating on others' perceptions of us, agonizing over their decisions, or trying to fulfill expectations we never set for ourselves, this behavior traps us in a cycle of persistent stress and disappointment. This theory invites you to take a step back and embrace a fundamental truth. Your life is far too precious to be wasted on things you cannot change. Instead of resisting the current, the solution is remarkably straightforward. Just let them pass judgment. Let them follow their own path. Let them learn from their own errors. The true power emerges when you surrender compulsion to intervene or fix, redirecting that vast reserve of energy inward. What follows is a profound sense of liberty. No longer weighed down by countless battles, you reclaim your personal time, your energy, and your emotional stability. By making a conscious choice to let others be, you create the necessary space to concentrate on what is truly significant: your personal growth, your own ambitions, and your inner calm. To genuinely adopt this philosophy, it's not merely about permitting others to do as they please. It is equally about allowing yourself to be. The second crucial layer of this theory is achieving balance. Let them must be accompanied by let me. Let them live their existence, but let me live mine. Let them hold their views, but let me remain steadfast in my own truth. This dual-sided approach fosters healthy emotional boundaries, self-kindness, and personal empowerment. You do not have to resolve every issue or carry every emotional load. Embracing this perspective unlocks a lighter, more deliberate way of being. When you cease trying to force specific outcomes and instead place your trust in the organic unfolding of life, you discover something remarkable: clarity, ease, and a potent new strength within yourself. Let them and let you. You will be astonished at how this one simple adjustment transforms your relationships, your choices, and your internal world. Section 2. You and the let them theory. Stress has a subtle way of weaving itself into our lives, often fueled by the behaviors and demands of other people. When you embrace the let them theory, you encounter an astonishing realization. Stress does not have to be your master. If an individual's conduct is creating chaos, the solution isn't to retaliate or endlessly dissect their motives. It's to let them. Let them be a source of stress, because the stunning truth is this: their actions possess only the influence over you that you permit them to have. Rather than getting pulled into their vortex, you can decide to release your hold. This does not mean you ignore issues. It means you handle what is within your power while letting go of the remainder. The control you're searching for is internal, not in repairing or directing others. One of the most impactful applications of the let them theory is in confronting the fear of what other people think. What if they view you in a negative light? The response: let them. Let them have their negative thoughts. Let them misinterpret you. Let them critique you. The reality is that another person's opinion is frequently a mirror of their own inner state, not an accurate reflection of you. This insight helps you shift your attention back to what is truly important: your own principles and development. As you practice this, loving difficult people becomes less of a chore. You stop feeling compelled to change them or to win their validation. Love transitions from an act of control to one of acceptance, which forges healthier, more genuine connections. Another challenge is managing emotional responses, particularly when someone else's feelings seem overwhelming. Adults, much like children, can have emotional outbursts, whether through anger, guilt-tripping, or passive aggression. The theory provides a simple yet liberating mantra. Let them experience their own feelings. You are not tasked with managing their emotional state. Even when a decision feels hard or leaves another person unhappy, it does not automatically mean it's the wrong one. In fact, the correct choice often feels uncomfortable because it disrupts established comfort zones, both yours and theirs. The power is in remaining anchored to your own truth, even amid emotional turbulence. The relentless habit of comparing yourself to others can also be dismantled with this mindset. Yes, life can be unfair. Others may possess more, achieve things faster, or appear happier. Let them win. Let them succeed. Let them shine. The essential shift is from envy to inquiry. What can their success teach you about yourself? Comparison, when viewed through a growth-oriented lens, transforms from a tormentor into a teacher. It's not about eliminating comparison, but about using it to clarify your own values and illuminate your distinct journey. By releasing the need to control others or to measure your worth against them, you reclaim your own peace. The let them theory is not just about others. It's about freeing yourself from the invisible shackles of external approval, expectation, and judgment. Let them and let yourself flourish. Section 3. Your relationships and the let them theory. Relationships, whether they are friendships or romantic partnerships, represent some of the most fulfilling yet demanding areas of life. The let them theory offers a liberating structure for navigating these connections, beginning with friendships. Adult friendships are frequently surrounded by unvoiced realities. The truth no one mentions is that they demand conscious effort, but also an allowance for natural ebbs and flows. Some friendships diminish, not out of any ill will, but simply because lives diverge. Let them fade. This is perfectly acceptable. What is left is a chance to nurture deeper, more significant friendships with individuals who resonate with your current self and priorities. The most valuable friendships of your life are defined by quality, not quantity. When you release the need to hold on to every connection, you create space for authentic and rewarding bonds to form. Motivating another person to change can be one of life's greatest trials of patience. The fact is, people only transform when they are truly ready. You cannot impose growth upon them, regardless of how deeply you care. Let them determine when the time is right. Your influence, however, is not gone. It is found in modeling the very change you hope to see. Unlock the potential of your own example, your consistency, and your encouragement. By concentrating on being an inspiration instead of an enforcer, you empower others to take that crucial first step when they are prepared. When someone you care about is struggling, the desire to rescue them can feel overpowering. Yet, here is the stark reality. The more you rescue, the more they falter. Over-involvement frequently denies people the chance to develop resilience and discover their own capacity for solutions. Instead, let them struggle, but do not desert them. Support them in the correct way. Be a steadfast presence, a wellspring of encouragement, and a listening ear when they ask for it. Offering love without control enables them to become stronger while also protecting your own emotional resources. Romantic relationships also flourish when guided by the let them theory. Selecting the love you are worthy of begins with letting people demonstrate who they truly are. Instead of attempting to shape someone into your perfect partner, let them be themselves. Pay attention to their actions and patterns, and trust what this information reveals about their character. This clarity will help you decide whether to elevate your relationship or to walk away. Every conclusion, while painful, can be a beautiful new start. It is not a failure, but progression toward the love you genuinely deserve. The let them theory streamlines the intricate dynamics of relationships. It teaches us to welcome the freedom of permitting others to be themselves while simultaneously respecting our own boundaries and values. Letting them is an act of love, both for them and for yourself. Section 4. Expanding the let them theory. The let them theory is more than just a framework for personal relationships. It extends fluidly into the wider, more dynamic arenas of parenting and teamwork, presenting new perspectives on how to fulfill these roles with diminished stress and enhanced effectiveness. Parenting often feels like a delicate dance between providing guidance and imposing control. Applying the let them theory to parenting begins with a simple yet powerful principle. Let them make mistakes. Children develop resilience, problem-solving skills, and self-reliance through the process of trial and error. Protecting them from every minor fall only hinders their development. For example, when a child forgets to do their homework, it serves as a valuable opportunity for them to learn about responsibility, not for you to rush in and fix the situation. Let them face the organic consequences of their choices, all while you provide a supportive structure. By curbing the impulse to micromanage, you nurture their sense of autonomy and self-assurance. At the same time, the theory does not endorse neglect. It underscores the importance of creating a secure environment where children feel supported but not suffocated. The same concept is applicable to cultivating effective teams, whether in a professional setting or on a collaborative project. Success hinges on enabling team members to assume ownership of their responsibilities. Let them lead, contribute, and innovate using their own unique styles, even if their approaches are different from yours. Trust serves as the bedrock of productive teamwork. For instance, when assigning a task, fight the urge to hover and dictate every step. Let them tackle the challenge creatively, and you may be pleasantly surprised by the outcome. Furthermore, the let them theory assists in navigating interpersonal dynamics within a team. Let them voice their concerns, express their frustrations, and participate in honest dialogue. This fosters a culture of psychological safety where individuals feel respected and heard. In both parenting and teamwork, the let them theory invites us to see direct control while remaining involved in a constructive manner. It is not about disengaging completely, but about transitioning into a role that empowers others to grow, succeed, and take accountability. This approach cultivates healthier dynamics, stronger relationships, and more rewarding results for all involved. In conclusion, the let them theory is more than tactic. It is a fundamental mindset that reorients how we navigate life's challenges. By letting go of the compulsion to control everything and everyone, we discover freedom not only for ourselves, but also for those around us. This philosophy is not one of passive indifference, but of active surrender, an acceptance of the reality that we cannot and should not command the choices, feelings, or journeys of others. When we fully embrace this, we liberate ourselves from the weight of stress and resentment, making room for peace, clarity, and personal evolution. At its heart, the let them theory reminds us of the immense power found in releasing our grip. It encourages us to have faith in the unfolding of life, in the resilience of the people we love, and in our own capacity to adapt and thrive, even when faced with uncertainty. By adopting this philosophy, we exit the exhausting cycle control and enter a more compassionate, collaborative, and meaningful existence. It is an invitation to trust the process, to accept others as they are, and most critically, to show up in the world authentically as ourselves. The let them theory does not simply alter how we relate to others. It transforms the very way we live. Thank you so much for listening and joining us. If you enjoyed this audiobook, don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the notification bell to stay informed with more book summaries that can broaden your perspective. Please leave a comment below to tell us which book you'd like us to feature next. We are excited to bring you more valuable content right here on Audiobook Alchemy. Until the next time, continue learning and growing.